My name is Yoli Slemus, and this is my psychology and film assignment for fictional diagnosis. The main character and the character being diagnosed is Melvin Udall from the 1997 movie As Good as It Gets. The movie takes place mostly in New York City in Udall's apartment building because he's a best-selling novelist that works from home and in the restaurant he frequents. Udall is misanthropic, homophobic, and racist. He verbally abuses his gay neighbor and his guests, as well as being hostile to everyone else except his waitress at the only restaurant he goes to. Melvin is diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD, which is a psychological disorder that is distinguished by frequent and intrusive thoughts and compulsive actions like obsessive cleaning, repetitive actions, and fear of contamination. Udall actually does see a therapist in the film, and the therapist diagnoses him with OCD, which is possible because the film is set in modern times in a developed country. The question is the disorder diagnosed in all cultures? And the answer is no. Mental health is not as important as physical health in developing countries and tends to be ignored. Even in developed countries, many minorities do not feel the need to seek help for something they ignore. OCD is a psychiatric disorder and not a physical, visible disorder, so in our culture, people with OCD are sometimes seen as deranged and possibly even threatening due to their behaviors and misunderstandings with people that do not have sufficient knowledge in mental disorders. Some of Udall's symptoms are repetitive behaviors and obsessive cleaning out of the fear of contamination. In minute 3, with 59 seconds, Udall enters his apartment and locks the bolts on the door 5 times, and in minute 4, with 14 seconds, he throws away the gloves he used to pick up a dog, despite those gloves being leather gloves, and then he washes his hands with hot water and several bars of soap that he throws away, barely used. The symptom with the weakest evidence was the fear of his own aggression due to being misanthropic, as well as having OCD. Udall was outwardly hostile and aggressive to everyone. However, he did fear aggression from others toward himself. For treatment, Udall would need cognitive behavioral therapy and to take SSRIs. He would be safely exposed to the things that make him anxious, and the responses would be prevented. The SSRIs would also diminish the obsessive components of the disorder. The only ethical concerns are that the therapy would push Udall out of his comfort zone, and the SSRIs have side effects. Udall's dislike for pills could inhibit him from seeking treatment, as well as him being misanthropic because his solitary lifestyle made him content. The portrayal was mostly accurate because Udall displayed all of the symptoms. However, the decline in his OCD being started by a dog is unrealistic because he hated that dog and saw him as filthy. Psychological disorders portrayed in film help people that do not have disorders understand those that do by demonstrating the struggles and hardships that those people go through, why they act and speak the way they do, and it allows us to walk in their shoes, if only for 2 hours and 18 minutes.